Hello, everybody. Thank you all for coming. We're a small crowd, but we're an awesome crowd. So today is actually the 7th anniversary of the Iraq War, and that's part of the reason we're gathered here today. The title of my speech is called "Love is the Answer." So we're gathered here today on this 7th anniversary of this bloody, costly, and counterproductive war. And we're also here to call for a comprehensive peace and an end to all wars. We must come to understand that all wars are intertwined. The causes of all wars are the same, and the solutions for peace are all the same. Our species is at war in far more ways than in just the Middle East wars. Most importantly, there's an economic war being waged on people and nature. In this war, our national and international laws have all been geared to benefit only the richest few that are alive now. By destroying nature or the natural economy, this war is a war that harms all of our children and grandchildren, rich and poor alike. Initially, I was going to list the tedious details about economic warfare and the war on nature, but instead I'll simply talk about the causes of war. It is my belief that as individual humans, just like you and I, we all hold within ourselves the cause of war, and also the solution for world peace. I believe all people contain within them the potential for the highest good and also the potential for the darkest evil. Depending on our educational environment and which side of our nature we learn to cultivate, we can each moment act as loving angels or hating demons. One of the primary causes of 9/11 was hatred, generated by our history of violent Middle East foreign policy. After 9/11, our leaders and most Americans reacted by likewise becoming filled with hatred, and we violently retaliated with war. By responding to violent hatred with violent hatred, America became the evil we supposedly opposed. I thought that I was different by immediately opposing the Iraq War, and I knew the war was unwise. However, I oversimplified the causes of war and incorrectly blamed everything on Bush. By concentrating on Bush as a villain, I became myself filled with hatred and became similar to the evil I opposed. Since then, I've learned a lot. And I've learned to find understanding for people. I learned to have compassion, even for Bush, by placing myself in his shoes. If I had been born into a super rich oil family and never learned to love, there's a good chance that I could have done the same things that he did. One of my favorite that to solve our problems, we must learn to examine and replace toxic institutions instead of finding villains. These toxic institutions can be laws, ideas, or beliefs. Instead of taking the easy way out and finding a villain, we must learn to understand how institutions permit or encourage people to act in certain ways. In my view, there is one fundamentally important toxic institution that exists at the individual level of our entire society. I agree with toxic belief is this idea that we are separate and different from each other, nature, and divinity. Hartman writes that the religious story that we are separate from divinity or consciousness perpetuates helplessness and spiritual slavery. However, the mystics throughout the ages tell us a different story, the possibility of being personally connected to divinity, and this is what I've found through my own research as well. In Eastern philosophy, they consider this powerful perception of separation Maya, the illusion of separation, and something that we need to transcend. If we're able to transcend this illusion of separation and realize we're all connected, then the causes of war would dissolve. The Middle East wars, the war on nature, the economic wars on the poor, all have the same cause, belief in separation. The belief in separation gives rise to hate and fear and greed toward the other, and those are all the causes of war. If America loved or felt connected to the people in the Middle East, then we couldn't be consumed with hatred and fear towards them. And we could no longer want to drop bombs on their children for greedy economic reasons either. For quite some time, I've held strong premonitions about our future. I've had suspicions that this greed and hate-based society will be replaced by something more loving and peaceful very soon. I recently had my suspicions confirmed by amazing Native American prophecies. And some of my friends already have heard me talking about this, but these Native American prophecies, and some of the people here who have been around longer probably already know about them, but I was pretty young and I hadn't heard of them. But that these prophecies are about the rainbow warriors. Numerous tribes from all over America delivered near identical prophecies about our future 100 and 200 years ago and longer. My favorite is the Cree prophecy, and part of that is because I am part Cree Indian. And this Cree prophecy was from an old wise woman named Eyes of Fire. And I can't help hoping or dreaming that maybe she was my great-great-grandma or great-great-aunt or something. But Eyes of Fire prophesied that one day, because of human greed, there would come a time when the earth is being ravaged and polluted, forests destroyed, birds falling from the air, waters blackened, and fish poisoned. There would come a time when the keepers of ancient tribal customs would be needed to restore us to health, making the earth green again. They would be mankind's key to survival. They were rainbow warriors. These rainbow warriors would come to help form a new world of justice, peace, freedom, and a recognition of the Great Spirit. Rainbow warriors would show the people that this Great Spirit is full of love and understanding, and teach them how to make the earth, or Elohai, beautiful again. Rainbow warriors would teach the people of the ancient practices of unity, love, and understanding, and to love all mankind as their brothers and sisters. They would feel happiness in their hearts and become as one with the entire human race. Their hearts would be pure and radiate warmth, understanding, and respect for all mankind, nature, and the Great Spirit. And they would once again fill their minds, hearts, souls, and deeds with the purest of thoughts. Their children would once again be able to run free and enjoy the treasures of nature and Mother Earth, free from the fears of toxins and destruction wrought by greed. The rivers would again run clear, the forests abundant and beautiful once more, the animals and birds replenished. The powers of the plants and animals would again be respected, and conservation of all that is beautiful would become a way of life. The poor, sick, and needy would be cared for by their brothers and sisters of the earth. The leaders of these people would be chosen in the old way, by those whose actions spoke the loudest, those who demonstrated love, wisdom, and courage, and those who showed that they could and did work for the good of all, would be chosen as leaders or chiefs. They would be chosen by their quality and not the amount of money they obtained. They would understand the people with love and see that their young were educated with love, and would show them that the miracles can be accomplished to heal the world of its ills and restore it to health and beauty. The tasks of these rainbow warriors are many and great. There will be terrifying mountains of ignorance to conquer, and they shall find prejudice and hatred. They must be dedicated, unwavering in their strength, and strong of heart. They will find willing hearts and minds that will follow them on this road of returning Mother Earth to beauty and plenty once more. The day will come, and it is not far away. And that's the prophecy. And this vision gives me great hope and inspiration. Perhaps we are the rainbow warriors. We are the people that were destined to save and heal the world, making it a more happy, loving, beautiful, and peaceful place. And I don't know for sure if these rainbow warrior prophecies are true, but I can only hope they are, and ask that you join me in this hope. What I do know is that war is caused by hate, fear, and greed, and the only way to end war and bring peace is deep love, a love that binds us all together as one family. And I love all you beautiful people, and may peace prevail. Thank you.